ears deceive me? No, in fact, they don't. Yeah, let's just settle in this moment. Now, for those of you with as keen of an ear as I do, as soon as that song began, you were probably thinking what I was thinking. Hey, why is the old intro song to this show playing? Hey, wait a minute. This isn't the theme song to the show. Hey, hold on a second now. The last time they used that song was in August. Now, working the board tonight on this Monday, February 8th, 2020, is not Dimitri Kirez. It's certainly not Andy Asaf, because if anyone were to play the incorrect intro song to this show, you'd think to yourself, well, it's gotta be Andy or Dimitri. If you are putting your money on either of those two young men, you would lose your money. No, tonight's blooper, blunder, and boner goes to one man, the big rig, Dirty Dave. Is the song still playing? Is it just playing over and over and over? You know, I had a variety of things that I was thinking about talking about tonight. I want to know who else gets to start their show with the wrong theme song. What other show would start with the wrong theme song? But that's what makes what we do here on Twitch so unique, so fresh, and so fun. I am James. You are you. We are here. It is currently 8 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. If you are joining us from the Eastern time zone, we have begun with a true guffaw. And let's hope that it is the only guffaw that we come into contact with tonight. And that goes out to you, Dave, in the booth. How long? This guy's been teching the show longer than any other tech. I don't think he's ever made a tech mistake up until right here, right now. You'd think if anyone else were to know the theme song of the show, it would be him. This guy plays this song and it totally throws me through a loop. I don't even remember who's on this show tonight. I had all kinds of great stuff. We might as well just end the show now, right? Why don't we just not do the show? How about we just call it a night here? Be the shortest show in At Home with James history. I'll tell you what I wanted to do tonight. I wanted to start the show on time. I wanted to start at 9 o'clock sharp, because for weeks now, and don't get me wrong, it's gotten pretty out of control. It's gotten bad. This show doesn't start on time anymore. It used to be, 9:04, 9:05, 9:06. Then you start bleeding into 9:07 territory. And then last week, as we were celebrating the 200th episode, we get to 9:10, 9:11, and that's just too much. Once you hit 9:11, then everything's through the roof bad. So I made myself a promise tonight. We're going to start on time, but I think what I've done is irreparable damage to when this show starts, because I have conditioned you, the loyal audience. And let me put this out there. I appreciate you. I'm thankful that you're here, but nobody, and it's because of me, expects the show to start on time anymore. I'm looking at the clock. It's 8:59. No one's here yet. 9 o'clock. Nobody here. 9:01. One or two people. This show starts so late that when I start the stream early, there's not even enough people to have our famous Ask James Anything. So tonight, it's not working out. Dare I say, I don't have it. I don't have it. But I'm looking to find it. You might ask, what is it? I'm looking for it. And I've got a series of plans in place to find it. If you're living in Quebec, you know that some of our restrictions have now been lifted. That's right. We can now go to the mall. You can't go visit your friends. You certainly can't go see someone and have a bit of a frisky night of romance. But let me tell you something. You can go to Old Navy. I've got big plans for this week. I plan to go to the store and find a pair of pants that I finally feel myself in. For longtime viewers of the show, you know that some time ago, I crouched down in Winners and I absolutely obliterated the crotch in my perfectly fit black chinos. If I wasn't wearing underwear, my genitals would have fallen out and hit the tile floor. That's what would have happened. But I'm the type of guy that wears underwear all day, every day. I wake up in the morning, I got my underwear on because I go to bed in my underwear. I got 15 pairs of Fruit of the Loom underpants in my drawer right now. And if I wasn't wearing those underpants, let me tell you something. I would have lifted myself up from that crouch, and there would have been a testicle stain on the floor of Winners. And since that day, I've been walking around not really feeling myself. I'm going to find a pair of pants. And when I do, I think that will, on some level, some cosmic way, have an effect on what time this show starts. Because we could have started at 9. But then what am I going to do? I'm going to bring Racquel Belmonte on, and I'm going to waste her time doing an interview to no one. And it's not your fault. It's not Raquel's fault. It's my fault. So I have to find ways that I change. Now, is it too late to have some type of New Year's resolution? I don't think so. Who makes the rules? If there is a rule, I'll break it. Maybe I'm a bit of a bad boy. You decide in the chat right now as I engage with the chat. Is James a bad boy? You decide. You decide, am I a bad boy? We're going to decide by the end of the night, am I a bad boy? If I am a bad boy, I'm going to host the show as a bad boy from now on. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Are you happy? Sehar Manji is also here. In addition to that, I am very pleased and somewhat nervous to announce that making his return to the show is the expert pickup artist Socratease. Now, if you don't know Socratease, he is, as he is advertised, a pickup artist. He has his own pickup artist school, aptly known as Socratease College. On the last Wednesday of every month at 10:30 p.m., he has a drop-in workshop where you get to leave with a custom-made fedora, sunglasses, and 3 unique negs that you can use to attract the person that you are romantically and sexually excited by. What is a neg? I'm going to let Socratease talk about it because when I do, it makes me feel icky. That's what's on tap for tonight's show. But what are we going to talk about? Look, last week was too much. It was too over the top. It was like eating one of those desserts that leaves you with diarrhea when you're done. Let me tell you something. If I had crouched down at that Winners and my crotch had blown up and I had diarrhea and no underwear, that floor would have been full of diarrhea. Thank God I didn't have diarrhea. That's what last week's show left me with, was an energy of diarrhea. So tonight, we're going to take it easy because it is the 200th episode celebration hangover. We're feeling slow. We're feeling a little logy. We're going to ease into it. We might even talk about hangovers a little bit. So let's get into it. And let's hope that Dave in the booth, I'm about to introduce our first guest. Let's hope he doesn't play the wrong theme song again. Or maybe he brings in the wrong guest. I don't even know if the guests are here anymore. I've wasted so much time as we wait for an audience to show up. I don't even think I've got much more to say. So let's get on with it. Our first guest is coming to us after a multiple week absence. It's been a month. I don't know. I think the last time she was here, she was on Dave Kaufman's Naughty or Nice, where we came together and we won the entire night's festivities. Is one of the few guests who's nice to me. Let's welcome, coming to us from British Columbia, it is Racquel Belmonte. Racquel, thanks for joining me on tonight's show.
Thanks for having me, little cutie. You still calling yourself that? It's been a while.
You know what? I am still calling myself little cutie. Thank you for remembering, Racquel.
Anytime. Anything for you, James. What's
Look,
up?
I appreciate that. There's so few people that come on here and they treat me with respect. So I appreciate it.
I have no words.
Well, look, I did not mean to leave you wordless in that moment of appreciation for your appreciation.
Honestly, that's something I'm going to be trying to work on, is taking a compliment. Take it, Racquel. Ah,
Racquel, can I tell you something?
yes, tell me.
I'm horrible at taking compliments. I can't do it.
It's hard.
Yes,
I
it
want
is.
to hear that I'm nice. I mean, I like hearing it, but I don't
Yeah.
want to accept it. Keep that to yourself.
Now,
Yeah.
are you better at taking compliments when it's related to your stage work or performance? Someone's like, that was really great. Are you bad at, because that's where the only time I feel good about compliments, like, oh, thanks, that's really nice of you to say. But if someone was like, oh, I really appreciate you being there, it's like, no, I probably would have found a way to mess it up if I had been there any longer.
The only time I am able to graciously accept a compliment without giving a whole like spiel before it
Mhm.
is for voiceover stuff.
Okay.
But like performance, stage, even the work I do, like at my job, I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
You repress those compliments until it
Yeah.
comes out in diarrhea. Like what you
Yeah.
said earlier while I was waiting to come on.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for joining me in the diarrhea zone.
Here for it.
So to follow up, how do you feel about giving compliments? Because that also makes me feel uncomfortable, unless it's about performance. If it's like, wow, that was really great, I love this. But if having to tell someone something like about like that, it's just like, there's that pressure of they complimented me, do I give one to them? No, that's not why it's a whole thing,
I don't mind giving compliments, but I also get very wary that other people don't like taking compliments also. Things I want
Okay.
to compliment them for. Like I usually want to compliment people after I watch them do it, like a live comedy show
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. But I don't have no, I guess I don't really have an issue. I just am very aware to the point where I'm like, maybe I just won't say anything.
Yeah, and that's easier. Like the idea of someone coming up to me and like, James, I just gotta say, I think you look really handsome. I don't know if that feels more difficult to handle, or the idea of me having to go up to someone and say, you know what, I thought you looked quite pretty. I don't know which I want to avoid more.
Yeah, I don't compliments regarding appearances.
Hmm.
Sorry, I woke up like an hour ago. Compliments regarding appearances, I think are I don't even know. I don't know which one I would prefer because both of them made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
You get
however,
it.
sorry, I
You
can
get it. You get
say
it.
one of the things though that I will take a compliment for is if I spend a lot of money on something
Hmm.
and someone's like, I like those, like my lips. I talk
Sure.
about them every time I'm here
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
but
spent
here's
a
the
lot
thing,
of
Raquel.
fucking money on them.
I want to jump on this grenade while we've got it, because I feel like anytime you have brought your lips up, it's usually off air.
You're kidding.
I'm quite sure it's off air, because once you mentioned it, I thought, I don't know if we've ever addressed this on air.
Well then, I guess now it's story time.
Hmm.
This is a confessional now. No. I'm proud of them. I was excited. I wanted them. I was excited. They're not that different than what they looked like before, but you can really tell there's some Botox in here. But I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. I'm like, okay, you can
Oh,
compliment this, just
okay.
this.
So just that. So if someone dare compliment your eyes or your ears, you'd be like, no, keep it in this. This is a compliment zone.
This is the compliment zone. But not my teeth. Well, not that anyone would compliment my teeth. I think anybody who complimented my teeth is ridiculous and
Sure.
probably a murderer. But I think just
Yeah.
this whoa,
Yeah.
come on. I mean, like, come on.
Now here's the question. When you come on the show, of course,
Mhm.
for us on our side of things, we're looking at Zoom. For everyone else, they're looking at Twitch. Now, do you find yourself looking at your lips while you're on Zoom?
I've only been looking at my lips.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Now this whole lip business, is this a new thing, a new-ish thing?
I think so.
Okay.
It's newish to me anyway.
Mhm.
I have a I have a lot of younger cousins who are very beautiful. And one of them introduced me to this whole idea of like Botox. And I was like, you're so much younger than me. What do you need it for? She's like, honestly, I don't want my forehead to move. I was like, we all need something. I think that's great. Good for you. You don't want your
Yeah.
forehead to move. What do you think I could do? And she was like, well, you can probably get maybe get like your lips done, because I'm much older than her. I should say I'm much older than
Okay, but let's pump the brakes here for a second. Let's not paint you as some type of old fogey.
no, I'm still like young and hip and fresh once in a while,
Yeah.
but not. You really start to feel older as you get old. That was a very stupid thing to say.
Well, if I may, I think there are times when you feel older when you spend any time, whether it's by choice or by obligation, when you have to hang out with young trash.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think
Mm.
that's what it is.
But
That's
here's
what.
the thing. I don't want to be affiliated to anything that any of those people. I don't want to watch Cardi B music. I don't want to watch any music videos. I don't want to go to the hip place. I don't want to go to a breakfast joint where people are taking selfies with their food. Yeah, I want to sit at a diner and there's a cook yelling at someone. That's where I want to be.
I want that cook to yell at me. That's
Okay.
what's going to make that experience so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I mean, I guess some of the young stuff is cool. I think I've been feeling a lot older lately because, and usually I don't really care about my age, but I'm turning
Mhm.
30 this year. And one of the things that keeps coming up now that everybody in my family knows I'm turning 30 is like,
Mhm.
oh, so like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. Do any of us
Okay, but
know?
let's also establish this. I know this because you and I share a birth date.
Yes.
Now, people are asking you what you're going to do on your birthday, which is in September.
Yep.
I
September.
don't think I don't think I've ever had anyone care about my birthday on my birthday as much as people sound like they care about your birthday in February.
Oh wait, real people are asking what I want to do for my 30th birthday?
Well, that's what it sounds like people are interested.
Okay, well, I have two ideas.
Please.
Okay, so I, well, as I'm sure I've mentioned, maybe before the show or during the show, I
Mhm,
was going to move to Toronto in April. That was going to be my of last year.
mhm,
Didn't happen, but that was like, no, I'm moving to Toronto. So I'm hoping I'm vaccinated by the time I'm 30.
mhm,
We'll see, and then I'll go move there. And
mhm,
well, let's see what they figure out first.
mhm.
But what I want to do also is have, I'm pretty sure it's going to have to be a virtual one, but I really want to have like a Kelly Clarkson themed birthday party.
Okay.
And everyone has to dress as a different Kelly Clarkson, but I get to be behind these hazel eyes Kelly Clarkson. I get to wear a wedding dress because I don't think
Okay.
I'm going to get married anytime soon. Actually, I don't think I'll get married ever, but I want to wear a wedding dress and have mascara running down my face and just like thrashing.
Yeah.
That's how I want to enter that stage of my womanhood.
Well, that sounds like a pretty young and hip birthday party.
Well, here's the thing. I mentioned that to somebody. I have a few friends that I work with who are much younger than me. And I also work with teenagers. They're
Mhm,
not trash, they're actually cool teenagers, but I have worked with trash teenagers before. But a lot of them don't know who she is, or they
mhm.
don't know. They're like, oh, the girl on The Voice. I'm like, how dare you? The girl from American Idol, you pieces of shit.
Yeah, we'll see, and that's the thing. This is the disparity in the generations of who knows someone from this or who knows someone from that. I'd like to say that I don't know much about any version of Kelly Clarkson.
I mean, let me go on record saying I know nothing about her personal life. I know no facts. I know nothing. Just
Mhm.
her music. And then I remember some music videos and from Justin to Kelly.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't know what it
Okay.
is. You know when you like, I don't know. Ooh, sometimes you just have like a very deep connection and that's enough. And that's how I feel with Kelly
Okay, so
Clarkson.
you're on the show right now and you're revealing that you have a deep connection to Kelly Clarkson, the singer, and I believe
Talk show host.
yeah, current talk show host. Maybe I have a connection to Kelly Clarkson in that respect too.
Maybe you do. Maybe you're going to be one of the newer fans who watches her on her TV show and is like, I respect her for this. Let me go back. Sometimes you find someone, or you discover someone new, and
Yeah.
you go through their body of work. I would love for you to do that with Kelly Clarkson.
It originally felt unlikely that I would ever dedicate this amount of time to talking about Kelly Clarkson on this program or in my life. But now that we have then the opportunity to really backlog all of her stuff is feels a little bit more possible now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of, I feel like, no, never mind. I was going to say I can send you a playlist, but I don't know how. But I do have a Kelly Clarkson playlist on my phone.
Those are the moments, Racquel, that those types of things date you, where you fall into old fogey category. But there's a whole generation of younger people who are like, oh, I don't know how to do things, but they do. They really do. It's, you hit the three dots and then there's a drop down share link.
Yeah, but then, I suppose. But
Racquel, I need you to give yourself some credit.
I give myself some credit, but then my age really shows. I get really frustrated when it doesn't work, or I have to wait a certain amount of time, and I'm like, oh, I'm so irritable for what? Because my little phone is doing something really great and powerful and sending this massive list to somebody else's powerful little phone.
Yeah,
I have no reason to be upset, but I am.
Okay,
so
well,
like, I don't know. What were you gonna say?
Well, we're working it out. There's no need to. I think I started the show off all hot and bothered. You're getting hot and bothered about the playlist. I think we're fine. We've worked it out. We've exercised our demons.
Yeah, feel great.
Now, tonight's whole show's the hangover from last week's celebration. So what I wanted to do, and this feels like they go hand in hand. You're having a birthday party. Have you had any particular wild birthday parties that had left you the next day feeling a little less than good due to getting wild on the suds? That's what I call drinking, by the way.
Suds, interesting. I'm curious as to why suds, like because of beer, like the bubbles.
I guess so. Yeah, you're talking. I've never consumed a beer in my life, so this is where I'm trying to hang in there with the Titans.
What do you like drinking, or you don't like drinking, or you don't drink?
I don't drink. I'm a non-drinker.
Good for you. Honestly, I drink. I don't much now because I am hungover for days when I drink now. But before, I'm trying to think of like a crazy birthday party I've had. Maybe I can't really think of a birthday party that has left me so hungover, because I used to party a lot when I was like from 17 to, I want to say 24.
Okay.
I used to like go clubbing a lot for some.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'd like to examine young party animal Racquel. So what does a clubbing night look like from top to bottom? How does the night start for young Racquel?
Young Racquel would first spend time getting half ready by herself at her parents' house. Then Racquel's mom would drop her off at her friend's house, where all her other friends are half ready. Then you finish getting ready while drinking. We didn't drink wine back then. I feel like it was just like shots of anything our parents had in their homes.
Yeah, so so on any given night, you guys might be getting ready while just hammering Bailey's Irish Cream.
Exactly. And I have done that so often. It's disgusting. Or like my parents have a lot of weird like Italian liqueurs. They're disgusting. Like
did you guys spend any time drinking Italian wine? What most people call vinegar?
I love it. I honestly tonight because I woke up so late. I'm like, well, I still want to have a bit of a day. I'm gonna take a bath and have a large glass of wine. But it basically is red vinegar, and I love it. See, I love wine now. Before I didn't like it.
Okay.
But anyway, sometimes we would do drugs. Oh no, drugs happened after. Wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say that felt more like the club thing.
Yeah. So finish getting ready, do shots of whatever. Sometimes one of my friends' older siblings or older friends or older cousins would have like bought them a bottle of vodka. And a bottle of vodka for like 10 people or like 6 people is not, I mean, depending on what you do with it.
Okay.
But those people were always really nervous to buy more than one bottle because there was a bunch of minors.
Yeah.
And that's fair. So
I have no judgment. The kids and teenagers, they have to discover their things for themselves.
Yeah. Then you would, okay, so you're drinking, you're doing shots, then you get changed, you put your outfits on. Sometimes it's a lot of like going back to complimenting, like hyping up people who are feeling like shit in their outfits. Like, what do you think? Like, do I look fat? Do I look like this? I would always just be like, because I, I don't know. I was not like out of my group of friends growing up, I wasn't like the hot one, but I also didn't care.
Okay.
But it was always me being like, no, you look amazing. You look so good. Like, why don't you go like this? Like, put on this. Like the hype person ish.
You are the validator.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty confident in like how I dressed and not
Mhm.
so much how I looked, but I knew how to put myself together,
Yeah.
kind of. But anyways, sometimes we would trade clothes, sometimes we would trade shirts. Like, hey, you know what would look really good with what you're wearing? This top. What about you? What are you gonna wear? This. I remember one of my
Mhm.
friends did that once and just wore their little thing they had on with like a skirt. It was cool.
Wait, everyone's 17 at the time?
I honestly, these are all meshing together. Like my
Yeah, yeah, those are the moments when it makes my heart hurt to hear that someone went out in their, underpants.
you know what? Thinking of children going out in their underpants now, I'm like, ugh. But I remember wanting to be able to do that back in the day. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah,
I
imagine
don't
going
know
out
if
in your underwear now. What a nightmare that would be.
I like wearing as many layers as possible when I go out now.
We agree. We agree again.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to know what shape my body is. I'll show you if I want to, which is
Mhm.
another problem that happened during my clubbing days. A lot
Oh,
of the times, a lot of, no,
no, this story is starting to hurt my heart.
no, it's good. I had a good
Okay.
upbringing within the club scene in Vancouver. I don't know. Anyway, so then yeah, you would be ready. You guys all look great. You would take your pictures. You go, we would wait for a taxi. We all
Mhm.
lived in Burnaby, so Burnaby is far from like where all the nightclubs are.
Yeah.
So then you would have your drinks, you would slam some shots, you get in the taxi with your drink, and you would like like hide it in your jacket
Yeah, and
and
the cab driver knows what's going on. He knows everything.
hates it,
Yeah.
angry, upset. Um, then sometimes, well, I started, I did MDMA a bunch when I was like
Yeah.
18, 9, like, and then recently
I'm
last
gonna
year
say this.
not by
I'm
accident.
gonna put this out there. I don't know what that is. This is one of those drugs that just you hear a lot, but I have no concept. I don't know if it's a pill. I don't know if you smoke it. I don't know if you put it in your bottom. I don't know what it is.
I have eaten it in pill form and snorted it. So
Okay.
I hope my parents are upstairs listening to me
Yeah, I was
talk.
gonna say this feels like an episode that should be happening past midnight, where it's like we're going blue on this.
Yeah, is that fine? I feel like, hey, that's just how I was.
Yeah,
However many.
I have no strong feelings about it other than I hope everyone ended up safe at the end of the night in their bed.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. That was the great thing. So then you would go, you would do MDMA, or maybe you didn't do MDMA.
Mhm.
Coke happened later. We can get into that in a sec. But then it was, then it was, you dance. It's fun. Whatever. You meet up with other groups of friends and other
Mhm.
people from high schools. I had an older cousin. She's like my sister. I would always see her out. So her and I would always end up together, and we would fuck off from our friends, and we would go like meet boys or meet other people, or like go somewhere that was funny for us. And
Mhm.
then at the end of the night, at like 2, 3 a.m., we'd go to McDonald's and get McDonald's. And sometimes I'd go home with my cousin, or I'd go home by myself. But yeah, you eat McDonald's in bed.
Yeah, the McDonald's part is where like I feel like where I come into the story, where I feel like I can finally relate, except for the whole, 2 a.m. part.
Right. I would never do this now. I just want to like
Yeah.
I empathize with everything you're saying, and I
Mm.
agree with everything you're saying now. Looking back, I would do those nights before school
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
or
Okay.
work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Um but then later partying, I don't know, when you get older parting changes with, so I'm not friends with a lot of those people anymore, not because of that or anything, but I'm like, oh, I started doing comedy and I started doing other things that were very
Yeah,
different.
yeah. Once you do a couple rounds of zip zap zop, your cool card gets revoked.
Exactly. And that's why you have to start doing cocaine,
Yeah,
because
I
you
was gonna
feel
say
like,
they take the person revokes your cool card and then they chop up lines of coke in front of you and they don't let you have any of it.
yeah, I don't do coke a lot because I know that I just want to preface, I don't do it much at all. There's a
Yeah,
drug epidemic in Vancouver. Actually, it's all
sure.
over Canada.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very,
all over the place. Yeah.
very bad in Vancouver, though.
You
And
know
I
what?
started,
You know what the worst addiction is in Quebec? It's gambling.
really? That seems
Gambling is
boring.
gambling. It's the video lotto terminals.
I don't understand those. I thought okay, my brother
Mhm.
was talking about those once, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. And I
Yeah, you
walked
put
away.
they're always in like hidden or corners of bars. There's like old guys just pumping their quarters in and pulling the lever. They're playing poker. That's the number one addiction in Quebec.
Hey, I mean, do what you got to do. Get your rocks off if that's what it is. And maybe sometimes you'll win money. Why am I enabling gambling? Anyways,
Look,
sorry.
we've enabled everything here. Look, Raquel, would you like to stick around for the next segment?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so this is where not to use this term incorrectly. There's a bit of backup, at least on my end, is coming in. A fellow non-partier. She's a comedian. She's an actor. You may have seen her in a variety of Fizz commercials before watching a movie at participating Cineplex Odeons. Let's welcome Sehar Manji to the show. Hi, Sehar.
You made me sound like a grandma right off the bat. I'm fun. I'm just
Okay, well, look, if you're the grandma, then I'm grandpa.
that doesn't sound appealing, but yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I'm sorry. How else would you have? I tried to soften the blow.
Yeah, I mean there's no other way to paint it.
All right.
I'll go to a party if it's a good party, but yeah, not the conventional clubbing does not excite me. But look who's came to visit.
Okay, so you're talking about how I'm turning you into a grandma and you're showing your damn cat off. So don't put that burden on me. So Raquel, of course, let's feel free to jump in the conversation at any point. Sehar, as you listen to this story from Raquel talking about getting ready at home, going to your friend's house, seeing that they're feeling insecure, and you're like, damn girl, dad ass. How does any of this resonate with you?
I wish I had that life.
Yeah.
I only would if I ever did party when I was younger, when I was like before I came here, so when I was before 17. Um we'd go to my friend's house, but only because my mom's like, I'm not driving at night. So I'm going to throw you there at 5 p.m. when it's bright, like light outside. And then you get dressed and you come home at 5 a.m. because I'm not driving or picking you up.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I
so
would also lie. I would also tell my friends I didn't like to go out. Some people
mhm,
really, like, I just didn't feel like it. And so my mom and I are watching TV and someone would call on we have like a rotary phone.
yeah.
And then I'd tell my mom, say it now. And she's like, I don't want you to go outside. And I'm like, sorry, my mom says I can't go outside. And I'm like this and put it down and I'm gonna go back to watching telenovelas.
Okay, so this is quite an origin story. Now, so here's a question. So I would say, Raquel, and you can have the say on this. Would you say that your experience as a teenager into your 20s a fairly routine experience of emerging into your adulthood by going out on the weekends, or in your case, school nights, and having yourself a night on the town?
This is directed to me, yes?
Yes, this is all for you.
Um, uh, wait. So I should also say
Mhm.
that, and I'm not backtracking at all because I
That's
did what I
okay.
did, and I still do it sometimes. Well, I
And
haven't.
I just want to say, I'm not judging. I see in the chat, Dave's call me Judge James. I'm not judging. It's tone. I have no problem with people partying. If people want to go out and they want to have a Labatt 50, you can do that. If you want to go and have a bowl of soup at a diner, you can do that. If you want to put a controlled substance in your ass, I don't care what you do. I don't care.
You brought up anal. What are they called? Suppositories. Is
Yeah.
that
So
what
yeah,
drugs
yeah.
do?
So if people
You
want to do,
heard it twice now.
well, you want to know what? I guess in my brain, it's like this is funny.
You know what? I don't know. I've never done it. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
I'll tell you what, I've had a suppository in my bottom, but it wasn't a drug. It was to alleviate constipation, something that Dave Kaufman has also dealt with recently.
Okay, have you guys ever eaten papaya? That's literally what you take for constipation. My grandma would have we just eat papayas. We just feed her papayas and it just slides right out.
Oh, Sehar, I have a swear jar on the show now, and while you didn't swear, I feel like I'm gonna have to write you up for the term slides right out. Okay, look, I want to put this back on track. Okay, Grandma Manji, let's relax, Grandma Manji. I've given you a new character. You can thank me later once you do your solo show at the Fringe, and I'll take 10%. So, Sehar, did you have any moment based on what Racquel is saying? I know people that had similar nights on the town. Were you aware that that was a thing? And was it anything that you were like longing for? Like, God, I want to go out and live it up.
What age are you talking about? Because
Let's just say anywhere from 18 to your early to mid 20s.
then yeah, because pre-18, I didn't know what anything was. But
Yeah.
when I was 18 and everyone was doing university, I couldn't understand. I'm like, how are you doing university? You're the same classes. We're all in the same classes. Why are you not freaking about physics? And then I found a very homey, wholesome group of friends. Like they would party and stuff, but like not, not Tokyo Bar, not like Saint Laurent, not like the crazy nightclubs. And I'm like, I want to go there. And but they were all like, no, we're self-aware. That's not for us. And I'm like, but I want to try. And then I think the biggest shift was I didn't go much, but the biggest shift was it was New Year's, it was 2010. So I was 20 and we went to Radio Lounge, which doesn't exist anymore. And we were excited. We're like, okay, you know what? Since you want to go out so bad, let's go on New Year's. Let's make a big day out of it. So we got dressed, we got there.
Okay, so hold on. Let's pause there. Let's back dad ass up for a second. What are you wearing? What's your night on the town? What's Sehar getting all dressed up as?
Do you remember 90s fashion when like you wore like a shirt, but you wore like a unnecessary belt in the middle and you had like flared capri pants and
Yeah, I'm sure people will be wearing that this summer with giant white shoes.
yeah. And well, I had winter boots because it was New Year's, but I had flats, ballet flats in my bag. And then just like the awkward colors of this like weird blue color and then like chunky cheap jewelry, not even like nice statement pieces, but like from
Yeah.
Stitches or like cheap silver.
Yeah.
And earrings. So you wear everything. You wear a necklace, you wear a bangle, and then you wear earrings. You're supposed to like pick. It's minimalism now, but like back then was you go out, go proud, and then your hair. You do something to it, like you'll part it on the side and it's just going all out. And then I didn't know how to do makeup, so I just took whatever glitter I had and put it on my eyelids, and then
Wait, what do you mean whatever glitter? Was it like school glitter?
No, it was like the glitter in a palette of makeup. It was the shine.
Okay.
The most fun color in the palette was glitter, right?
Okay, so that's your New Year's 2010 going into 2011. If I'm okay, so you go to Radio Lounge.
We don't get in because we go to the door. We're allowed in, but the guy's like, it's $50 cover, and we're like, it's 15. We looked it up. We saved up for this, and he's like, it's 50.
Hold on, you saved up $15?
Yeah, I mean, I kept it aside.
All right, so you don't get it.
But we could if we had paid, but we're like, we're not doing this. So then we ended up taking a cab to my friend's place, and there was like 3 or 4 of us, and then we just like, she had like one of those like IKEA beds, the sectionals that open up into a bed. We had one big fat massive sleepover, and we went for brunch the next morning on New Year's Day. And I was like, oh, this was the awareness of like, wow, I'm really not missing out on anything. Like I was like, this is great. And then I think in my 20s, the thing that was like, I'm at my place, I'm at my dance floor, is when we started having improv parties. When you go to a club,
there's just entirely too much improv talk on this show tonight. But
no, parties, not after the improv and the dance stuff, because on an actual club, you're always like, you're uncomfortable. Everyone's like dressed up and clearly awkward as fuck. Like no one is actually happy there. And they're all like kind of dancing like this, and I have to elbow my way to get that person away from me because they're elbowing into me, and I'm like, leave me alone. And then at improv,
as opposed to an improv party when someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, hi, what type of format do you like?
Well, this is the thing.
I saw you doing Armando, and I love
I know. I don't stay on the talking
Also,
side.
I'm teaching Armando too next month.
Ew.
I don't think you should have done that, but either way, I don't stay on the talking side because that's what it is. And so I go to the other side of the stage where it's completely empty. There's like three of us dancing, three people at this party of life that I enjoy. It's not a vibe, but I'm like, I have control of the music.
Yeah.
I am on So You Think You Can Dance. I'm flailing, I'm dancing. I just was like, wow, I'm home. And yeah, so for me that was what, 2023, 22. I think I was 22 when I started doing that in Theater B, and then we moved to the big theater, and it was just
So Theater B, for people who don't know, is an improv theater.
It's a smaller space.
Yeah, smaller space. Yeah. So Racquel, do you have any memories, I guess, since we're going there, of improv party ragers?
Well, yes. First of all, everything Sehar said resonates with me completely.
Mhm.
One thing I meant to point out when I brought up that I'm not like backpedaling is I did all of those things,
Mhm.
but I never really felt comfortable doing them. Not the drugs and alcohol. Yeah, fine. I needed those to feel comfortable though.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like for a while, that's why I was going out, that's why I was going out, but like, well, I knew I had to prepare, like, no, I'm going to be fucked up. Like I was preparing for that instead of the night out. That's going to be fun. Cause it's fun until you get to the nightclub. Sometimes it's fun, but like what you were saying, like the dancing is very different.
Oh, yeah.
The men, I mean, those are the only people who have been predatory to me. Yeah. Disgusting. Like, will grab you. I have gotten to many fights, and not like bar fights, I wish, but like pushing people, and I shouldn't have to do that. Like, I shouldn't have to feel disgusting constantly.
It's like, what part of you existing as a human has invited someone to touch you or come in your face? Like, it's
come in your face.
Exactly. But you're right. You're right.
Sehar, what happened to you in the nightclub?
I would love to
arrive in front of you.
Sehar, wait, Sehar. Did you get confronted by like a 12-foot tall guy at a nightclub?
I don't go to nightclubs, so I would not know.
Yeah, I understand why you don't go to nightclubs anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of times when I come on this show, I talk about happenings. This is a happening. Oh my God.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was
good.
That was really
I'm
something.
Crying. Oh my God.
Yeah, I understand why you're crying. It makes sense. Sounds horrible.
What I said was true.
It is.
No, don't tell me. Please, Sehar, don't tell me that's true.
Tummy hurts.
Oh no.
You don't mean that's no, Sehar, please.
No, but okay. Well, no part of you existing as a human invites somebody to.
But that doesn't happen at nightclubs. Like Racquel's experience is like, that's like, oh yeah, but no one's like, oh, this guy grabbed me at a nightclub. Oh, that's awful. You know what? This guy, he danced all up on me from behind. Oh, you think that's bad? That one guy ejaculated all over my face.
But that's not completely off. Like, it's not.
It isn't?
No, I feel
How
like.
do you, okay.
You have no boundaries.
Hold on now. I'm not trying to come to the defense of any men in these nightclubs. I want to know who's pulling this one off.
That's the thing. The people at nightclubs are very different. It's a different breed of person.
Yeah.
Where what Sehar said, lack of boundaries.
Yeah.
Physical boundaries. Specific.
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of gross encounters in nightclubs that maybe the ejaculation part in the face didn't happen, but they would verbalize very similar things, like say they would it's gross.
Yes. Who is well, you know what? Thank God Socratease is here later on, because he's going to give us some tips. And when I say us, I don't mean me, about how people can engage appropriately at nightclubs or he heard that and he's taking notes and he's going to apply that to his level 5 curriculum.
Yeah, I don't plan on going to any nightclubs.
I thought it was bad when we were talking about improv parties.
I'm gonna sort of interject in a weird way.
Yeah,
This whole
please.
thing of like not drinking or doing anything like that, for me, it's not fine. I wasn't really raised with this stuff, so it wasn't part of my experience. And I don't know, maybe it was a bit of a self-control or fear of losing control, but I
Mhm.
also just enjoy being sober for experiences. I don't enjoy being this only sober one around drunk people, which has happened a lot where I'm just like, I don't get the joke. That's not funny. You didn't finish your like it I'll take care of you, but I will hate it. Like I cannot stand babysitting people like that. I'm like, you're your problem. And now I have to be a good person and help you out. But
There's also degrees of drunkenness, because I think if you were to
Yeah.
spend, time around some inebriated people in your age group, you'd see
Yeah.
that, oh, well, this is very different than hanging out with a 20-year-old version of this person who's whipping their wiener out to pee on a street.
Yes, and also the people in my age group when they get completely sloshed. I'm like, I do, will you remember this conversation? Like it's just one of those things where I'm like, for me personally, I just want to be sober for the experiences now. I also don't like the taste of wine. I've had it and I never finished a glass. I felt like a bit woozy, but I'm just like I
But
don't
hold on. Have you had Italian wine? Because if you don't like drinking it, you can put it on a salad.
like balsamic. What?
Mm-hmm.
Red wine vinegar. I don't know how you make it, but I feel like I've had some unopened, or sorry, not unopened, open bottles of wine that taste very similar.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
I mean, I've had it in like the sauce for like dumplings. Like you can make that with like a tablespoon of that, some soy, sesame. Like that's yeah.
Huh.
Well, that's when we may have reached the precipice of talking about partying when Sehar is giving tips on
One last
dumpling
thing.
sauces.
So Racquel talked about Coke.
Mm-hmm.
I also talk about Coke, but I find that now I have to specify when I talk about my Coke addiction because I do love Coca-Cola.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir,
I know,
girlfriend.
but you have to specify because there's people our age who've done it, abused it, are in recovery, and I'm like, oh, we're not $5. We're not 5 years old anymore. It's you have to say Coca-Cola because someone might, if you're like, I'd like some Coke, you'll get powder, and I'm like, I'm thirsty.
Where are you asking for it?
I don't ask for it. I buy my own.
Well, okay. I guess I wondered what situations that you're finding yourself in where the person is mistaking Coca-Cola, the soda, for cocaine.
You think ahead to all situations, all social situations.
Fair.
And from sorry, I'm gonna hop on this too, but not from Coca-Cola, from cocaine.
Mm.
Similar to like buying your own. It's this can sound silly. It's almost like harm reduction in a way to purchase your own everything because especially if you're doing nightclub stuff. If you're doing the nightclub thing, I feel like in comedy right now, I don't know about like the Montreal scene, but I don't really know of anybody who does blow. I've only done cocaine with maybe one or two people in the entire scene, but I don't know of other people just doing it. But if you're gonna, you have to be prepared for all of this.
So what you're saying is buy your own supply.
Buy your own, test your own drugs. You have to get them tested. Don't trust people because disgusting men in nightclubs, and I'm generalizing, but
go for it. I don't go to nightclubs.
A lot of gross men in nightclubs are like notorious for giving you shitty drugs or giving you drugs and expecting disgusting favors after. Like it's
also everything in a club is watered down, even the Coca-Cola. Like pre-drink Coke because you're just gonna get water with a bit of flavor, or you're paying $50 for what?
It sounds like we've learned a lesson. It's don't buy drugs off of strange men in clubs because they might want strange things in return. And at the same token, don't purchase Coca-Cola at nightclubs because they water it down.
It's water with Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Buy your own Coke.
So
generally.
This night has become completely upsetting for me, but we're going to move on. And I don't know if things are going to get any better at this juncture. Our next guest, of course, Sehar and Racquel, you haven't met this person. I have on a number of times to varying results. He is a pickup artist, so he is an expert in finding dates. He has got his own pickup artist school named Socratease College. He's coming to us from his nightclub slash home. Let's welcome Socratease. Socratease,
Hey.
how are you? Welcome.
Hey, James, what's going on?
Yep.
Double kiss.
Yeah, it's nice to see you again. How have you been?
I've been good. I've been good. What can I tell you? You know, life's going well, as always.
As always, yeah, you
Yeah.
must be happy that restrictions have been lifted. It must make you feel like your nightclub is on the horizon of being open sooner, much rather than later.
Oh, yeah, we can't wait to rev up this engine again, you know, get it going in full gear.
Well, Racquel and Sehar were both talking about nightclubs. Of course, you
I
have
was
a
going to
nightclub.
ask, James, who are these lovely ladies?
Well, yeah, we've got Sehar Manji, who is based out of Montreal, and we've got Racquel
Sehar?
Belmonte. Yep. And we've got Racquel Belmonte, who's based out of British Columbia.
Raquel?
Oh, what?
Now,
Yeah.
you're coming to us from your nightclub, Socratease. What is the name of your nightclub?
It's Sucker Please by
Sucker-
Socratease.
Sucker Please, the club owned by Socratease. So we were just talking about nightclubs, kind of the do's and don'ts. What's
Yeah.
your policy at your nightclub?
My policy?
Yeah, and you know, the stuff that we were talking about.
Oh, you're referring to whether I allow men to come on faces. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, not directly. I was, it could have been about the drug usage or how you water down or don't water down your soda.
Well, I'll tackle those points one at a time. It's often construed that many of my club brethren water down our drinks up to and including our soda. We do water down our soda water, that's for sure, and we also water down our Coke and our Sprite.
Wait, you water down water?
Yeah.
All right.
They are.
And it's a tough business, James. You gotta be looking for angles where you can save a couple of bucks.
All right. So to the next point, what about drug usage in your club?
We encourage drug use at our club.
All right.
You know, most clubs have purple lights in the bathroom to prevent you from injecting heroin in there and things of that nature. But we have the purple lights in the main room, as you can see, and we have regular office lighting in our bathrooms.
So wait, that discourages people from doing it on the dance floor, but encourages people to do it in the bathroom?
Yeah, we have our bathrooms are notorious for the drug usage that goes on there. It's like Studio 54,
Yeah, but in an office.
but in an office. Yeah.
All right. So now to your final point, what about people?
We've had many celebrities have come by our club and done drugs
Like
in our
who?
bathroom. Kevin Spacey,
All right.
Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise was at your club?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right,
The big
who
ones,
else?
the big A-listers.
All right.
Uh,
A-listers. All right.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh no, he's a family man.
No, not Freddie Prinze Jr. His son, Freddie Prinze Jr. Jr.
Oh, wait, Fred. Okay, so the Freddie Prinze's grandson.
That's correct. Yeah. Who?
All right. Okay.
God rest his soul. Died of a drug overdose.
No, he didn't. He died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
What?
Freddie
Really?
Prinze.
Really? I don't.
Oh, not Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh,
Sorry.
Freddie Prinze
How do you know
Jr.
this? How do you know this trivia?
That was not
Yeah,
trivia.
James, how do you know that? Were you there, James?
No, I wasn't born yet.
It's an
Convenient.
obscure fact, which is why I'm asking. How did you? You didn't even Google. You just pulled it out of thin air.
Look,
I
oh
don't
yeah,
know
it's a
his
story.
dad.
I
didn't know
I
he
guess
was
it's something.
Terrifying.
It's something that would have been more acceptable had I Googled it. Look, I don't want to take away from Socratease. We've all been given our time. I had my little ramble session off the top, but Socratease, I have to ask you to the third point about unsavory behavior on your dance floor.
Look, we discourage that kind of behavior. Just sort of coming on faces on a dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
We've generally frowned upon that kind of stuff. That's not to say that it hasn't happened, but it's always been accidental.
So wait, how is that accidental?
When people are dancing, we put on the thong song. People get excited.
So people get so aroused by the thong song that just starts Stuff just starts flying
Yeah, from both parties.
from both parties.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to know you're playing current hits at your club, Socratease.
Bit of a retro night.
Raquel, of course, Socratease is a pickup artist. Have you ever come to know any pickup artists?
Never. I mean, not anyone who is like identified as a pickup artist.
Yeah. Well, do you have any questions for Socratease?
I guess. Well, is there anything based off of like what I said, how I described my youth and what I do now? Like, any advice for me? What can I do different? I don't want to do anything differently, but what's wrong with me? What's up?
Okay, this is a great question. So Socratease, I've never asked this. Do you also work with women, or is it primarily a male audience that you give tips to?
Well, I'm going to be honest. The pickup game is primarily male, but there are some female pickup artists in the game. You know, we have working for us. We have Janice, of course, who's one of the people who works at the improv. Not improv. Sorry.
Well, now you're bringing up improv too.
Yeah, works at Pickup College, Socratease College.
All right.
Not Janice?
Sorry?
Janice?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess you took umbrage with the name being Janice and not Janice. So, Socratease, do you have any tips for Racquel of how to enhance her game?
Well, you need a bit more confidence if you really want to go into a club and pick up. You know, I noticed that you're very unsure of yourself across a few different factors, and just having like a strong, brazen personality that doesn't take nothing from nobody would really do you well to get that extra pickup in your life.
This is a lot for me to absorb. It's still absorbing.
It's okay.
Give me a sec. It's not dry yet.
What's your immediate reaction to that, Racquel?
I guess my immediate reaction is I have no interest going to a nightclub, and I feel like I prefaced with that. I feel like a lot of this advice is nightclub related.
I mean, yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's roll back a second. You have no interest in going to a nightclub?
Well, I mean, I just spoke very heavily about my experience and that I was done with it.
Done?
Yeah. However, you know what? I'm wondering if I can translate some of that nightclub behavior into like the improv scene, because I do go to a lot of comedy parties or improv parties at theaters.
Okay, let's do that, because I'm just going to pretend that you didn't say that about not going to a nightclub, because I don't think I'd be able to handle that.
Well,
yeah, man, like you used to scare me at nightclubs, so I will. Let's.
What about this, Socratease? What if you were going to an improv party?
Okay, walk me through it.
Well, the lighting is bad.
Ooh.
Off usually. Someone from home brought like a little disco ball with light.
Yeah, you have that too.
Is there
the music is terrible.
Is there bottle service though? I would immediately go to the bar and order bottle service and request.
Oh yeah, there's no bar.
Sometimes there's a keg, but it's a small keg, and you have to finish that, and then everyone it's a free for all. You buy your own booze elsewhere and bring it.
There's pizza sometimes.
So yeah. What do you do, Socratease?
Okay, well first I would prep at my house. Semi-prep, and then I would go to my boys' house and I would do a full prep where me and my boys would butt chug some cervezas, and we'd get nice and sloppy before getting ready to hit up this party.
Now, being sloppy wouldn't affect your pickup game?
Oh no, I get better at picking up the drunker I get.
I have a question. What is your signature move? That you fail, foolproof.
It's the neg compliment, neg compliment.
Can I have an example of that done?
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's just break this down first. Lesson 101 of pickup. A neg is like a sort of friendly insult. It's an insult that's meant to lower the defenses of your prey. I mean, the person you're talking to.
It's a roast? Wait,
yeah, like a roast.
Do I neg people?
Yeah, not on purpose.
Okay.
So Socrates, you said it's a neg compliment neg.
Yeah, exactly. Like sort of like a combo in a video game.
Yeah,
So many nags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
And it's
oh, yeah.
Now, would you like to give an example, Socrates? Perhaps I can use myself as the person,
Well, why don't
the prey, as you so eloquently put it.
Why don't I give
I
Sehar
want
a
to.
name?
I volunteer. I want to do it.
Okay, so it seems
Tag
like
me.
Sehar is curious and Racquel has volunteered. Socrates, what if you were to perhaps try this on both of them?
Well,
All
see,
right, well-
what's happening here is you always go to the club with your friend, and the one who doesn't want to get hit on gets hit on. And the other friend is like, hit on me. And then
And
Racquel.
All right, so
And I go
Socrates,
home alone. Okay, so me and Sehar are yes.
Sehar, you're
That's the dynamic.
You're really good at this game. That's exactly right. I was talking to you to make your friend jealous.
Oh, okay. Wait, so you don't actually want me?
Who wants who? Now I'm too drunk
in
and
sort of a
confused.
triangle situation.
Yeah,
You got to play
he's
off
trying-
each other's friends to
Yeah,
make to build
divide and
interest.
conquer. So what's gonna happen? He's gonna neg me, so I'll just be like all confused. But
Yeah.
you'll be pissed, and you'll be like, "Well, Sehar, it's over," and then you'll need consoling because what have you done? Your best friend. Then he swoops in, and
So wait,
you go home with him. I go home alone because yeah.
Why? I want you to go home with him though. I don't
Yeah, I
want to
don't
go
want to go
home.
home.
Why not both?
We'd have to have a conversation in the bathroom before
Well,
we get back to you.
here's the great thing about the bathroom at Sucker Please is the lighting is so great that
So
you'd
good.
really be able to focus in on each other.
Yeah, and if you have a bit of office work to get done, you can get it done before hitting the
There
club
were like
again.
lab tests or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
the thing. I
here's
feel like
neg number one is, hey, Sehar, that's
Yeah.
beautiful hair. Is it a
Thank you.
wig?
No.
So now we have another neg on the way.
Yeah, then another neg. And you have very nice nails. What are those? Acrylic?
Now a compliment.
There's no. Okay.
I really like your personality.
And now a final neg.
And this is the finishing move. Here we go.
The choice of words. My God.
You blink a lot.
Now, I gotta say, Socrates, I feel like your neg game is kind of on the.
You know
on
what
a
he
bit of
sounded like?
downturn.
He sounded like a blind person trying to make like he thinks it's a wig. He thinks I have acrylics, but he likes my personality. And I blink a lot because he can't really see, so he has to say something about eye contact.
So how do you respond to this reaction, Socrates? Yeah, drink up.
I feel like I just got negged, James.
Yep.
How does it feel?
My confidence is.
Did you just get an email?
My pager just went off.
Oh, what? You have a pager?
Hold on. It's
Yeah, what is your pager? What's going on?
It's Pauly D. I'm gonna call him back
What
afterwards.
DJ Pauly D of the
He has
Jersey
facial
Shore?
hair now. I just saw a picture of him. Why?
Yeah. We both got facial hair implants.
You both need to shave.
Okay, so I want to move over to Racquel here. Racquel, what if someone, whether it's Socrates or someone else, kind of made a move like he just did with Sehar to you?
the blinking thing really cut deep. I took it personally, even though he said it to my pal Sehar.
Here, I've got another neg for Racquel.
Okay.
Is that? You ready?
Yeah.
Those shoes look really comfortable.
Told you he's blind. He can't see.
You know what though? He's not wrong. I'm wearing slides.
Wait, that's a neg?
Yeah, because fancy shoes, James, they're never comfortable, so it's sort of like a dig at the shoes.
Wait, so you're negging the shoes?
In this
Oh
case,
yeah, and
I'm actually nice. I'm
I've
fine.
dated many of a shoe before.
What?
Okay, so Socrates,
Yeah.
I would hate if we didn't promote your school. Where can people find your school?
You can follow Muscles at Instagram. You can follow me at Socratease, the Pickup Artist School on Instagram. You can follow my Twitter. And my Parlor got canceled because the platform went down. And my Gab is being investigated by the FBI. but other than that, on the regular social media channels.
Yeah. Now, and where can people find your next open workshop?
Hey, James.
Yep.
I like that hat. I think I saw somebody wearing it a few minutes ago.
That was so bitchy.
I guess I'm not quite sure what the goal of that one was.
I was negging you, James.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really take it one way or the other.
Hey, James, how cute. Your nose wiggles a lot when you talk.
Oh, that's a compliment.
No.
That's a neg?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, follow my not improv school. Follow my. Sorry, you were talking about improv a lot earlier. I got my my wires.
Well, yeah, I guess the
crossed.
thing is that there seems to be a lot of parallels with your pickup artist school and an improv school.
Well, I don't know much about this improv scene, but drop by the open workshop at my school on Wednesdays. We're doing it over Zoom now. Bring your own felt, and we'll make a fedora for you. You'll leave with one fedora. You'll leave with 3 preloaded negs and a pair of sunglasses. If you bring some broken glass, we'll assemble it into some sunglasses.
I feel like I caught you in like day 1, level 1 improv. You've been that guy being like, hey, and then you leave and never come back.
Oh my God, Sehar, you are the best negger I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
I was gonna ask,
Are you,
is your club on Crescent? Because this is like, you look like you'd be on like Crescent.
Well, we have a franchise now, so one of our locations is on Crescent.
Wait, your club, Sucker Please, has been franchised?
Yeah, we have basically you got to contact the business, and we'll let you sub-franchise the business, and we have lighting prepared that you can use, and bottles and everything, and it'll all look the same as the club that we have right now.
Well, it sounds like you were pretty impressed with Sehar's work there tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sehar, if you ever need a job and you want to work for the Socratease College, please get in touch with me, and we'll take it from there. I'm captivated by you, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm kind of creeped out, so I'll pass.
All right.
That was an egg. That was an egg.
Oh my God.
You're good.
Racquel, any final thoughts for Socratease, the pickup artist?
I believe it or not, I think I might check out maybe I can audit one of your classes. I feel very shunned. I feel very
So it's working. You're telling me what Sehar predicted was working. You're feeling, no, Socratease, was this part of your master plan?
James. It's all part of my master
God, I've
plan.
never seen your
Oh my
eyes
God,
before.
oh my God.
beautiful eyebrows.
Yeah. Was
Gorgeous.
this all part of your plan, Socratease? You made Racquel feel excluded? Okay, so you're divide and conquer. A lot of your verbiage tonight, whether it be divide and conquer and pray, has left me a little dismayed. So you're telling me that your open workshops are now online. All right, so Racquel, it sounds like there's some potential for you to enhance your game, or at least audit the class.
I have a lot to think about. I'm gonna sleep on this. Lots of information was just like it came in my face.
Yeah.
So
Oh. Well, we've all come full circle. So, Racquel, thank you so much for being here and for spending the hour. Sehar, thanks so much for being here and spending 2 segments. And Socratease, I'll talk to you soon. All right. So that is Racquel, that is Sehar, and that is Socratease, the pickup artist. Folks, that is our show. We did it. We are here. We made it. I'm going to be honest. At the top of the hour, when the wrong theme song played, it left me absolutely rattled. But I'd like to think that I rebounded nice enough to have ourselves a nice little show. This felt like the old days where we had a central theme. We took it easy. We riffed. We went this way. We went that way. We went up, down, all around. And the fun continues this Wednesday night. Who's going to be here? Gabe Rondos is coming back 9 p.m. right here, twitch.tv/@home with James. Thank you so much for spending your Monday evening with me, with Racquel, with Sehar, and with Socratease. I bid you adieu. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.